Hello and welcome back to Sakura Fantasy. I think I need to have a private moment with you, Odernia. What is it, Raylene? I move away from the rest of the party, so I can have a moment alone. To my surprise, an ethereal-looking Odernia appears before me in the shade. How are you even doing this? Gifts aren't the only form of magic in this world, Raylene. To cast my spirit far into a suitable vessel, it's no different than your far-seeing. I simply cast myself into a body, whereas you cast yourself into a location. Don't you think that you should ask before you do that? Yes, you're right. I apologise. Good. Anyway, I wanted to ask something else. There have been expeditions sent here before. How are you so certain that sending one now will help? Because these villagers have knowledge we need. You yourself saw how they have made cures and antidotes for dealing with the dangers of the mires. I wonder why they didn't help earlier. They were afraid to help us, or only able to help themselves. That monster has been tormenting and hunting them for years. Now that it is dead, they can be at peace for a while. We must take advantage of this opportunity and ready a logging expedition as soon as possible. Reclaiming the mires is the first step to reclaiming our lands. Once we begin to build up momentum and clear these blighted forests away, we will be able to push back out. It will take a long time to prepare for this, though. The capital is still in a state of unrest. I have been doing my best to reassure the people that things are going fine, but the unrest is still growing. But you have done well here. But do remember that it would not be wise to linger for too long. That star must be brought to the capital soon. Why soon? Is something going to happen if we don't reach it in time? There are things in this world that are better left undiscovered, Raylene. Your curiosity may be your undoing. So I like to peek in places that I'm not supposed to. Everyone has their flaws. I bet even you do, Odernia. Of course I have flaws. I am only human after all. But as we talked about, I must appear as something more than that. You are doing well so far, Raylene. I have faith that you will return safely. I can feel her presence fade away, and I'm alone once again. Sorting things out with the Empress, I'm presuming? You could say that. I wonder why Odernia chose to appear now, after we've slain the beast. Because we can't rely on her to solve our problems for us. She would have already have her own business to attend to as well. What's important is we proved our worthiness. She just reinforced what we already proved to the villagers. She didn't appear for our sake either. The Empress appeared there to reassure them too. They've been running and surviving in this place for a long time. She gave them fresh hope for the future. We're driven mad by an ideal ourselves. They too are driven in the same way we are. They want to live so that the Empire might continue to survive without them. Above all else, we want to see the light return to our lands. That's exactly what Odernia was talking about before. All of the scattered people of our empire need their invincible empress. It's about the ideal. If they haven't an ideal to keep them going in dark times, that alone will be enough to give them hope. If the empress were not here, if they didn't believe in her, would they despair? Would they have died out a long time ago? All of them are galvanized by her presence, there's no denying that. And when we came before, they looked pretty miserable. All those years running away from the beast must have taken it out of them all. Only Ethne seemed to be unaffected by their fatigue. All of us, including the Empress, have laid the seeds for a grand reclamation. So, do you think you're a heroine yet, Raylene? You're certainly a heroine to these people. I'd like the capital to think of me as a heroine too. You're always so ambitious, Raylene. Me, I don't want to be a heroine. Give me a few nice books, and a hot bath for my work here. Just some niceties, like I used to have back at home. I suppose a massage could be nice too. Now you're just being greedy. Oh, come on, Raylene, wouldn't you love to be pampered too? Maybe, but you're still being greedy. Life and nobility leaves you with certain standards. As much as I love the comforts it brings, all the courting and the politics and the prestige, those things just weren't meant for me. Even when this adventure is over, I don't want widespread fame. Just a few nice things. But fame can bring you many nice things, can't it? Yes, but it can also bring you a lot of unwanted attention. Give me a life where I can enjoy the luxuries of nobility while avoiding the prestige. That'd be a nice reward for all this. Even now, all Gwen thinks of are her hot baths and little luxuries. It's not a bad thing, though. If those thoughts are what keep her going, then let her enjoy them. There may be unresolved things that we have to deal with, though. No, now's not the time to talk about that. Anyway, I feel like some more fruit. She makes good on her word, diving into another bowl full of the strange fruits the villagers have gathered. Oh, now that you mentioned it, I wonder how close we are to my homelands now. Would they be somewhere in the Myers? Or somewhere else entirely? I mean, the rest of the world surely can't be covered by these swamps. Kyra already told me as much. There's the Ashenlands beyond the Myers. Places filled with nothing but grey dust. I don't think she knows much more about that, though. Maybe I could talk to Effie about it. I quickly scout around the party, but I can't see her anywhere. Looking further, I see her standing in the shade of a tree with Kyra. And judging by the looks on their faces, they must be talking about something serious. I must know something. I was going to ask this before we left, but, well, now it's as good a time as ever. Did you know anyone by the name of Laverna? How do you know her? You mean there was someone called that here? Yes. She was found wandering through the swamps, as far as I remember. I grew up with her. What happened to her? Where is my sister? She's your sister? Are you sure? My sister disappeared into this forest a long time ago. This can't be a coincidence. Where is she now? I'm sorry, but she's not here now. You mean she's... No, I don't think she is. She left the village one day. All she said was that she had to look for answers beyond here. Answers? Answers to what? She didn't say, unfortunately. We tried to convince her to stay, but she refused to listen to us. Kyra seems to be brooding on the idea. So my sister is still out there somewhere. I will find her, even if I have to fight through this entire swamp. But how? I don't know. I'll just have to have faith, I suppose. What else can I do? Belief will help you find your way. And I'm sure you'll find your sister. I appreciate the sentiment. Kyra turns away from Effie. Thank you. You can go now. Okay. Effie quickly runs back to the party while Kyra stands alone. She turns to see me standing there. Oh, Raylene. You were listening in, weren't you? Would you believe me if I told you I wasn't? I wouldn't at all. Yeah, Gwyn's right. I'm not a very good liar. So, since you were listening in, I'll say this. Her lips drawn into a warm smile. I'm so happy that she's still alive. We have so much we need to talk about. But how do you know she's still alive? There's no way that she went out without thinking she would survive. I'd like to have faith in her. I know that we have our quest, but please, Raylene, if we even find the smallest trace of her, will you help me? Well, obviously. Absolutely, Kyra. We'll do our best. Thank you so much. I know I demand a lot of you. What are friends for, Kyra? Friends help each other out when they need it. Friends, yes. That would be the word for this. I need rest after today. I will speak to you another time. She wanders off then, obviously needing some time alone. The party's dying down now anyway. I guess life will never be the same for these villagers after today, especially with the plans Odernia has for the Myers. We also have another member joining us on our quest. She'll be our guide when we're in the Myers, but I'm not sure if she knows anything about the lands beyond this place. After being in the presence of the Empress, there are few people who can ignore her requests. All of my training, it's all adding up now. I've only fought 2 monsters so far, but I doubt they're going to be the only threats I come across. Well, I've actually been attacked by 4 monsters, but I only got the chance to fight 2. I think I'll make sure not to tell anyone about my misadventures. Good! They were entirely unnecessary to the plot. For now, though, all I can do is wait. The star, the lands beyond the Myers, what Gwyn is hiding, and Kyra's sister. Will I find the answers behind these mysteries? Will I want to find them? I suppose only time will tell. Yep. As I say, this is flagged on the Steam store page as Part 1. So yes, that was Sakura Fantasy... Sorry, I think it's described as Chapter 1. But either way, yes. So the question is Chapter 2 going to be a free update to this, or am I going to have to pay more money for it? Because let's face it, at the moment I feel like I've paid for half a game. And once again, game is kind of possibly overstating it. Still, either way, review coming out on the Friday as always, and thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in future series.